Hello everyone, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where last time we finally got to Girabania, and we met up with a splinter force of the Resistance. Unfortunately, we learned, well, this force, this section of the Resistance is more than happy to have us helping them. We're also going to have to get the rest of the band on board. Also, uh, because of what happened along Balsaw's wall, they are very, very low on manpower now. So we also have to somehow help with that. Yeah. We have our work cut out for us. But I'm liking it so far, so we'll see how this goes. Boom. Alright, so here we go. Ooh, boots. None for me, though. Method would like to introduce you to the village elder. Ragenfried, the village elder, is over by the shore. No time like the present. Let's have a word. Okay. Banana, banana. Choco Keep. Nah, I just wanted to talk to you. Bum bum ba dum ba ba da ba. Bum 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 bum. Don't know you, traveler. You a merchant? You'll not find much custom here. Greetings and well met, Elder, and sincerest apologies that I did not send word ahead of our arrival. Too long have I been away from Alagana, and I know of your recent troubles. Ah, you are comrades of Mithrid. I see. Speak on, though I suspect I know your purpose. The Griffin came with many men, and left with many more. Such is the rumor, is it true? He lit a fire in their hearts, and then dangled a dream before their tired eyes. And now you come to steal away what few remain. The Griffin was a traitor and a madman, and we had no part in his schemes. We have made agreement with the Alliance. This time it will be different. This time, cold comfort to the dead and the ones left behind. How much more must we give before you've had your fill? But surely you hate the Empire as much as we do. They took our lands, our traditions, even our God, and they demand a fifth of what little we've got left. I hate the bastards, with every fiber of my being. But hate's not enough, Mithrid. We can't keep doing this. I'll not tell anyone you came, but you need to go. Now. Leave us be, and never return. You've got no right to speak to us like that. I've got a quarry that was producing barely enough to keep us fed. And that was before half our young men and women went off to die for your bloody cause. So yes, I got every right to tell you to leave my village. No, you don't. Because it's my village too. My home. What in the hells are you on about? Wait. I know those eyes. You're one of Curtis's girls. Lee's hexed. And I'm here. I'm here to take back my homeland. By Roger. The last time I saw you, you were know if you were still alive, and I never thought you would come. I almost didn't, and my sister never will. Lots of others won't either, and that's why we've got to carry on the fight. You even sound like him. As you say, I've got no right to tell you to leave. Alagana is as much your home as it is mine. But I say to you again, we can give no more. Yes, I heard you the first time. Let's go. Ah. That could have been handled better, but what's done is done. At least we've been granted permission to stay. I was hoping Ragafrid might help us to recruit some of his people, but that clearly isn't gonna happen. If we're to convince any of them to join, we'll first need to regain their trust. It's risky, and it's hardly subtle, but I say we approach the villagers directly and see what problems they've got, and if we can do anything to help. Makes sense to me. Let's split up and ask around. Anger Coral regards you with suspicion. Death by 1,000 rocks. A new face in Alagana, huh? What would you ask of me, then? A stranger and a generous soul besides? Bollocks. There's not more suspicious than a good Samaritan. On the other hand, if you're an Imperial agent, I expect you to go about your business with more discretion. Bugger me, you really are here to help, aren't you? Very well. I'll take you up on your offer, stranger. My little brother's working the rocks by Grim and Enid. He's got something for me. Can you go and get it? Where is it? Right then. Brighton Coral is his name. Ask him for the leftovers. He ought to understand. Alright. Where is it? Ah, right there. Before I go then, let's talk to everyone. That way we can see where everything is on the map. Grisdelis is here, but her mind is elsewhere. It's best to keep your distance if you know what's good for you. Say your piece and move on. Looking for folks down on their luck? Congratulations, you found one. As you can see, my leg ain't what it used to be. Some days I could barely walk for the pain. Mornings are the worst, especially after cold nights. Hard labor's right out. Too much pain and trouble for others. There's a tea what helps with it, though. I need to grind a chapuli horn and a hornbill talon for the blend. Want me to go get it? Eh? You'll go and get some for me just like that? You needn't trouble yourself so. Too late! What? Alright, let's beat up the burbs. And since we're all the way over here, we'll just head towards where the, wait, was it? Trace some blood and death by 1,000 rocks. Yeah. We would trace, death by 1,000 rocks, but as we go back through, we'll go and do traced in blood, since it's just right there. And continue on with our class quest. Hello, frightened coral. Yeah, for the leftovers, are you? I'd like my brother to send someone in instead, but so be it. It's all in the sack over yonder. They're bleeding heavy, mind, so be careful when you pick them up. Sacks. Ah. Unconsciously heavy sacks. That it? Okay. Wow. Bum bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Go around this way. There it is. Alright. Urandia, hello. Let's begin our expedition, shall we? Be on the lookout for stone tablets bearing the histories of the Red. Did I mention that it was our forebears in the arts who constructed the ziggurat? It was built to suppress the unstable weather that was whipped up in the wake of that era's calamity. A sort of dampening weight that slewed the land's raging currents of aether to a trickle. In time, however, the ziggurat also became a library, where successive generations of red mages enshrined their stories and their secrets. It is a shame that so many of these precious sites have since been lost to plunderers or simply worn down by the ravages of time. As such, I do not expect to find a fully intact record of Lambert's ghastly rite, but at the very least we should discover hints of what the transformation ritual entails. You take one way, and I'll take the other, and we'll both take care not to fall prey to Kikiran bandits. Sounds good. Open sesame. Find a way up. Maybe right here? Yep. All the way up? All the way up, it seems. Whee! Ow. How did you fare? I discovered a number of tablets myself, which, while positively fascinating, offered little on the subject of occult rituals. Stone tablet detailing the process of concocting an alchemical potion of Makai origin. Stone tablet filled with the folklore of ancient Amdapor. And a stone tablet describing the early history of red mages. Oh, if I'm reading this correctly, you may have found exactly what we're looking for. What? It appears to be a record from a time before red magic was unified as a distinct discipline. Passage describes a rite by which one can make a pact with a void scent and ingest his blood in exchange for supernatural power. Even among their kin, certain creatures of the void harbored a voracious appetite for living aether. That bird must have acquired the ability to siphon his victim's life force from one such fiend. The practice in question is said to have started with a family of Makai sorcerers who lived in the era preceding the Sixth Umbral Calamity. For red mages, whose arts draw so heavily upon their own aether, there's an obvious, if distasteful, advantage to stealing a foe's life energies. And if one can employ such energies to fortify and sustain one's own form, as Lambert did, then one can even wield magics beyond the limitations of ordinary mortals. Not surprisingly, however, its tendencies to result in aether-starved madmen led to the rite being declared a forbidden art. There's more. Some mention of an alchemical concoction that would serve to sate the hunger for aether when living prey was unavailable, and the helpful scribe has even included a method for its preparation. Arya's transformation was strikingly similar to Lambert's. Surely this concoction would prove effective at curbing a condition as well. Let's see here. Since the main ingredient is a chunk of semi-crystallized aether, such a substance could be drawn from the core of an orolith. And I'm thinking the bigger the better. If I recall correctly, there are oroliths to be found to the east, in the vicinity of the Sleeping Stones. Pray find yourself one of the larger specimens and procure an etherical core. Once you have what we need, we can rendezvous in the hamlet of Alagana. I shall busy myself collecting the other ingredients. Sounds wonderful. We're gonna head back to Alagana anyway, so... This one? Ah, all the way to the east. Okay, I got it. That should honestly be easy enough. red sud. God. Maybe this way, or maybe to the south, I can't tell. No, I think, yeah, wouldn't be a way that way. And it looks like I was there before, so we'll have to go around this way instead. Alright then. Looking around, looking around. Wonderful. Let's just quickly go back to Alagana. Hey. Alright. We're able to procure a suitable core. Yeah. Core taken from an immense urolith. The object seethes with a semi-crystallized aether. Ah yes, this'll do nicely. Enough to create a decent-sized dose, at any rate. I've gathered together the other ingredients, so all that's left to do is deliver them into the hands of an experienced alchemist. But Arya must be wondering where we are. Why don't you go on ahead to Idleshire and avail her of our progress? I'll meet you there as soon as I'm finished haggling with the potion mixers in Ul'dah. Alright. Ah, the new face. You have my leftovers? You load 10 and 6 tons, and what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. I'll be. He actually went and brought the whole lot. Much obliged. Much obliged. It's saltpeter for making fire sand, and in case you're curious what it's all for, the rocks by the lakes have got good deposits. It ain't hard for my brother to pass for any other plodding quarryman, all the while sweeping bits and pieces off to the side to bundle up and sell to the settlers what trade with the resistance. It's a living, and a way of fighting back besides. A way of splitting in the Garlean's eye, or spitting in the Garlean's eye for putting our father in imperial uniform and shipping him off to some faraway province 15 years ago. Don't know if he's dead or alive even. No, if he were alive, he'd not be long for this world if we were caught fighting for the resistance. So this is the best we can do. That's the long and the short of it. We do what we can, though we know it's not enough. I think you'll find that most folks here ain't much different. Everybody's got a reason, but in the end, the reason is the same. Suppose I just wanted you to know, is all, that we know why you're here. And that even if we can't join you, we wish we could. Been gone a while. What brings you back to Alagana? Makes a fine medicinal tea when ground into a fine powder and mixed with other ingredients. Same with the hornbill talon. Oh, I never meant to. I mean, in times like these, you never think people will actually. This country's hard on people, but it's not just that. The Imperials, they made it known I'm not to be helped. A dead man's good for one lesson, you know, whereas a living one. You're with the Resistance, right? I suppose there's no reason not to tell you then. My father, God's rest his soul, was deathly sick at the time, so I gone out into the forest, spear in hand, to gather herbs. Then I had the good fortune to run into an Imperial patrol. My weapon marked me as a rebel, or so they said. Not that it'd have made a difference if I'd fought back. I knew what the lot of them were about the moment the Centaurian laid eyes on me. Didn't matter in the end, of course. Some people just like to hurt others. And by the time I limped back to the hut, it was too late for my father. Too late for me too, and many others, I imagine. Help them too if you like. They'll be grateful and say thank you. But beyond that, I wouldn't hope for much. Effort is hard at work trying to win over the villagers of Alagana. Ah, there you are, Shent. I've been trying to help the villagers deal with this food shortage of theirs. Recently, the Imperials have been swooping into villages unannounced, seizing supplies in order to prevent the people from stockpiling, in case they might be in league with the Resistance. It's not much, but I've taught them a few tricks to better hide what little they've got. How's Lise getting on, by the way? I think people would be more inclined to trust a local girl, assuming they remember, that is. No, I didn't mean to. And where were you these last 20 years? Where were you when we were being ground under the Black Wolf's boot? On the other side of the bastard wall, living the high life, I'd wager. That's not fair. Oh, and who's this? Another one of your freedom-loving friends, deigning to help us poor unfortunate souls? Trying to whip us into a frenzy so we'll go and storm a castrum with our pickaxes and shovels. Leave, all of you, before you bring a cohort down on us all. And you dare speak like you're one of us. You can't even begin to understand what we've been through. You weren't here, Lise. You weren't here. This is my home, and I love it with all my heart. And if you truly have any love for it too, you'll keep us out of your doomed rebellion. He has a point. No matter what I've got to say, it doesn't change the fact I've left them behind. But this isn't about me, or anyone else. It's about Alamigo. Let's go and find Meffred. I mean, he was having me find you, so... I mean, alright. I knew it wouldn't be easy, but... Looks like the Elder one's the only one unwilling to hear us out. Can't blame them, given what happened at the wall. I thought I might be able to appeal to them as a fellow. I don't know. But if anything, it just made them angrier. I hadn't lived through it like they have. I can't claim to know the struggle like they do either, at least. I ran too, aye. But if I hadn't, I'd have never met Shent or the rest of you, and we might not be here today, in a position to make a difference. So I don't regret my choices, nor will I apologize for them. There's more than one way to fight. Help! Someone! Anyone! We need help! I don't like the sound of that one bit. Come on. Rashada, the Tributum and the bloody Ratman, they... Damn it all! You there. Take a breath and then tell us what happened. It was all business as usual. The Tributum's due soon, and we were taking it to the Imperials when the Kikiran attacked. They took my brother and our money. Took him where? Ruins to the south of here. It was just an old temple before they came, and... Listen, Rashada's the only family I've got left. If I lose him... The Ziggurat? If the Ratman took him there, he's as good as dead. We've got to go after them. If there's even a chance her brother is still alive, we've got to try. Mm-hmm. We can save him if we hurry. Come on. You shouldn't get our hopes up like that. Everyone knows our Ratmen eat their prisoners. You got to hurry. The gods only knows what they could be doing to him. If this sodding leg of mine was any good, I'd... You're right, Lise. We got to help them. If not for the missing man, then for the Tributum. The Guardians won't suffer excuses if they're late. We're wasting time. Let's go, go, go! So Rashada's being held somewhere at the Ziggurat to the south, which has been taken over by a host of Kirin bandits. That about covers it, then. Be prepared for a fight. They may not be the most challenging foes, but there's sure to be a lot of them. Bum ba dum bum ba dum ba. Bum ba dum bum ba dum bum. Bum ba dum bum ba dum ba. Hey, Vanilla. Thank you, thank you. I'm finding it interesting so far. Bum bum ba ba. Ba da bum 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 ba ba da da bum ba da ba ba dum bum ba ba da ba ba. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah. Looking around, looking around. Still looking. I'll meet your husband and waifu in this expansion. Okay. It was dude, right? Please let me go. I'm begging you. I don't want to die. Hear that? I think it came from the top of the Ziggurat. Who dares come to loot our man flesh? Ours to eat! Ours to eat! We knew it had come to this. Kill them quick, before they alert the others. Remember to use compass? I have been. No worries, I have been. Looters! Man flesh is ours! Man flesh is ours! Whoa. Whoa. Zap him. Facts. Yeah, 602 yams to the south is in this area. I wasn't able to get to there yet. Don't worry, I made an attempt. Ah. You know what? Help me out, Kane. Let's not do that if we don't have to. Boop. Oh. Well, this would be my first time trying this, so I do want to see what these do. The flare! Ooh. Okay, looks cool. This is my first time actually being able to use that. Neat. Alright, we're Shada, we're Krata. Yeah, Kane does need his exercise. Prodigal, what did I even do to deserve this? I've gone to bed hungry for months. I'm skin and bones. I'd hardly make a snack, much less a meal. Oh, you found him. Wait, are you here to rescue me? Yep. Your sister sent us. It's gonna be alright. My sister? Oh, Prodigal be praised, she's safe. And you fought your way in here just for me? To think there's still good brave folk in this world. We should go before the Kikir return in force. Do you still have the tributum? Oh, gods, the tributum! The Imperials will be wondering where I am. I have to go. What, right now? In your condition? You don't understand. We were given a warning last month for being short. If I don't make it in time, there's no telling what will happen to me and my sister. Run, Chocobo, run! Like him, I barely consider people under Imperial rule. They're to work hard and pay their taxes, and if they don't, there'll be 7 hells to pay. Beatings, imprisonment, enslavement. As for your womenfolk, well... I'm glad we saved him, but seeing him run off like that... I've got a bad feeling about this. Oh. Do you have a rapier for me? No? You know, battle dance materia, 5 it'll be. Listen, Shint, Befrid. I think we need to go after Washada. Wait. You better not be thinking of stopping him. You heard what he said. If they don't pay one way, they'll pay another. I know that. I do. And I don't want to interfere. I just want to see that he makes it there safely. If that's the sum of it, then fine. Let's head down and see if we can't pick up his trail. sack. Upon closer inspection, you find nothing of interest. Thanks, game. Anything on the other side? No. If I could fly, it would make it a lot easier. Instead, I have to putt around in this. Ooh, actually. How high up can I get? Can I see better up here? Not really. Okay. Maybe I... Oh, I think I see it. Oh, gosh darn it. Chocobo feather. There we go. Alright. Better than rotting vegetables. In the dirt, you spy a chocobo feather. Any luck? Feather. Chocobo feather, is it? Aye, by my reckoning, it came from Morshkrata's bird. In which case, there's a cleft bridge just around the bend. Hug the rocks and stick through the shadows. We'll find him soon enough. Frick is that? A ghost? Dust Anila. Anila? I want to look at you. You look like the fusion of Slimer and the frickin' one of the dogs from Pokemon that I can't remember. The one from Black and White. Can they really see us all the way up there in the tower? I hope not. Also, my god. That looks so weird in a fantasy setting. It looks like it comes out of frickin' Fallout. You know? It's still cool, and I hope we go there soon and have like a raid or a dungeon fight there. That'd be cool, but still. Any minute now, I expect he'll come thundering around the bend, and that, get to cover. Quickly now.
Are they Imperials?
Doesn't look like it.
Worse. Skulls. Listen, Lise. Whatever happens, stay hidden and do not intervene. Understood?
Why? Who are skulls? Huh? Yeah, right. What? What?
You there! Halt! You know you shouldn't be here. Explain yourself.
Forgive me, sir. I came to deliver the tributum.
Oh, aye. A likely story. Only a fool would dare to come so late. Or, mayhap, a resistant spy.
No, no, you've got it all wrong. I was waylaid by bandits. It's not my fault.
I said halt!
Is this a joke? You don't seriously expect us to believe this is a fake? How stupid do you think we are?
It is, I swear, on my mother's life.
Oh my god!
Spare us. You came late, you lied about bandits, and then you tried to cheat the Empire of its due.
Think you can kill them all, including the ones watching from the tower? Even
Yes.
if you did, others would come for him and his family. You'd be condemning them all to a life of hard labor, assuming they didn't just execute them, that is.
it isn't fair.
In this instance, if they're just going to beat him to death anyway...
We're stuck out here patrolling this godforsaken wasteland. It's your fault I have to listen to people go on and on about how Alan Egan's can't be trusted. I've worked and toiled harder than any man. I'm a citizen, goddammit. And what are you? A stupid, stubborn little dog who'd sooner bite the hand that feeds him and pine for the good old days.
That's enough! Lord Xenos is expecting our report.
Okay, I'm surprised. I thought they were actually just gonna beat him to death.
I bet the poor bastard can't believe his luck. He gets to go home. We should do the same.
We could have done something instead of just letting it happen. I'd heard their commander was a keen-eyed, but gods, that was a near thing. Tears me up inside to see our own kinsmen doing the bidding of the viceroy. But they made their choice, and if it comes to it, I'll cut down every last one of them myself. Hey, I do get a new weapon. Let's compare it. Okay. We get more crit hit. Okay. We lose out on determination, but honestly, I'm kind of fine with that. More intelligence and more spell speed. Cool. And of course, 2 more damage, magic damage. So, yeah, cool. How does it look, though? I lose out on the glowiness, but it also looks alright in its own way, too, you know? I'll be able to put my own sword, this one, into a glamour, so that's nice. But I might actually keep this kind of the way it is, because I do like the kind of swordiness of it. I don't know. Frickin' swordiness. Mefford has no wish to linger unnecessarily. Recruit is alive and the tributum's been paid. That's all that matters for now. I, for one, would rather not wait around to see if the skulls decide to return. Best get back to Alagana and tell Ragenfried his man got the job done. Fair. Oh, we unlock more quests now. Although none of them seem to be given Aether streams, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. We owe you a debt of we owe you a debt of gratitude for what you did. Wakarada told me everything. How you fought with the Kieran and saved his life. For all the good it did. We saw what happened when he met with the skulls. How they beat him half to death. We could have stopped them. I reckon you could. Mefford's a warrior, as is your comrade. And you're strong, like your father. That much is plain. But I think Ralger you did not, because it would not have ended with them. Mokrata and his sister would have been branded insurgents, if not the whole lot of us. Bones heal, scars fade, but the dead remain dead. We're alive, and that's more than can be said, for only the gods know how many others. That's enough for you, is it? Put up with whatever they do to you, so long as you get to see another day. That's right. You grit your teeth, and you learn to live with the pain. I'll admit, I was quick to judge you, Lise, and for that I apologize. I know you and yours mean well. I do. But I'm telling you, God's in the heavens as my witness. What we've got nothing left to give. That we've got nothing left to live. We cannot help you. I understand. Thank you for your honesty. She may say it, but she doesn't mean it. Nor would I expect her to. Her father was stubborn as an ox too. If she said I'm walking the same path, I but pray she won't follow it to the same end. Well, she's took it better than I anticipated. Which isn't saying much, I suppose. We should go and see if she's alright. Ah. Other side of the gate. Got it. Ah, there's a stray. Maybe you should take the lead on this, Shint. Hey, Lise. Sorry about running off like that. All the Megans terrorizing their own. I just can't accept it, you know? No matter what he thinks, they shouldn't have to put up with it. Day after day after day. I'm not completely naive, you know. I didn't expect them to storm a castrum with their pickaxes and shovels, or whatever it was. But nor did I expect Mokrata to just lie there in the dirt while I kicked him. I can't claim to know their pain. I barely remember this place or even my own father's face. But I remember Ida's. I remember how scared she was when we ran, and that look in her eyes when she talked about home. Her home. But not mine, is it? There you are, Lise. I've been looking all over for you. Well, you found me. Got something else to say? Aye, that I do. I said some things to you before that I shouldn't have. It wasn't my place to do so, and I'm sorry. All that rubbish I spewed about how I love my village. But when one of ours was in need, I was cowering here with all of the others. I didn't even think to go after Mokrata, but you did. Made me feel like the bloody hypocrite I am. If I truly cared for my people, I'd fight for them. So I will. If you'll have me. You're asking to join the resistance. When you put it like that, I suppose I am. But not just me. There are others I know who have been thinking about it for a while now. There's not many of us. And we're not hardened warriors like you thought, but if your heart bleeds for Alamigo, then that's good enough for me. You and yours are more than welcome at Ralger's Reach. Thank you, sir. You won't regret this. I'll go and speak with the others and send word when we're ready. Still think this isn't your home? No, I was just thinking out loud. And with that, my friends, our mission is concluded. Let us return to the Reach. And again, doesn't look like there's anything here. It's alright. So we'll go to Ralga's Reach, but first, I'm gonna go speak with Arya in Idleshire. 900, fine. Oh, this is for Idleshire, though. This is not gonna be... What do you need, Boisterous Bruiser? Nah, we're good for now. Arya's more important. Oh, I messed up that. A kind of potion, and it's supposed to help with the hunger. I'll be one less worry then. Do you think Shireen will be back soon? Think so, yeah. You just went to old Shouldn't be that bad. Yeah. I am returned. Arya, pray drink this concoction. I shall tell you of our discoveries in Girabanya. By the gods! The taste was not exactly pleasant, but I already feel much recovered. It is as if a cool stream of water was poured on the fire in my chest. I don't know how to thank you. Your smile is the finest reward we could ask for, but I ask that you do not become complacent. That tonic is merely meant to help replenish your depleted aether. It do not undo the underlying affliction. I understand. If I exhaust my mana again, I'll be back where I was, a savage controlled by hunger, which means I should still give up on training for now. For now. So you think Lambert infused me with void-sent blood while I was held captive? According to what I found in the Yellow Jackets incident records, the span of time that elapsed between your kidnapping and subsequent rescue was not terribly long. And for much of your ordeal, you were shut inside a box. It seems unlikely that there was sufficient opportunity to perform a highly complicated and dangerous ritual. No, you must look elsewhere for the truth behind your condition. You must let me help you. If it allows me to begin practicing magic again, even one day earlier, it is torture watching the moments pass, wasting time. I could be catching up to you. You'll never catch me! You'll get there. I'll certainly try, though I'm not sure what help I'll be. I think we'll have our suffering friend delve into the scrolls for us. The Charlians have left behind a veritable mountain of lore, through which we can dig for answers. Shent, I shall leave you to your training. After all, you must give Arya an ever-growing peak to look up to. And I leveled up! I got reprise? Oh. Deliver an attack with a potency of 100. Action upgraded to enchanted reprise if both black mana and white mana are at 5 or more. Okay. I need to move around my skills. is not a combo attack, it's just a normal weapon skill, but it does get enchanted once mana's up, so maybe it's better then? Manification. Limit break, I don't use it a whole lot, so I don't need it on my 9. Varese I also don't use a lot, so we can probably move it. Sleep I don't even use. I don't know if it's going to be useful or not. We'll move it. Vercure I do use sometimes. Vercure is a little useful, so I'll leave it there. I don't need Lucid Dream. I'll put there, and I'll actually put my sprint there. I'll put it at 1. That way I can sprint when I'm in a fight easier. Okay, that's nice as well. Okay. We'll leave it for now. We'll see how that does. Okay. Sorry. Sorry for that. Yeah. Alright. Nightkin. Shirun has a particular book he wishes to track down. Greetings, Shent. Arya and I have been wading through a sea of ancient texts, but we've yet to fish out any promising cures for her condition. I did, however, recall something which may help narrow down our search. Long ago, Lambert had one particular book which he would read with uncommon intensity. I've forgotten the title now, but I do remember that inside were scrawled the memoirs of a deranged killer who was executed as a heretic in Ishgard. This criminal is said to have committed a number of ritualistic murders, all carried out with the most peculiar form of thaumaturgy. Oh. A little bit of light reading, eh? I merely thought it a vulgar choice of reading material at the time, but now I wonder if that particular form of thaumaturgy was what kept Lambert glued to its pages. It sounds positively awful, and yet it might just give us the clues we've been missing. I'll see if I can't track down these memoirs. I understand it's quite a rare volume, and when it comes to hunting down elusive treasures, it may be worth consulting a professional treasure hunter. Shent, are you acquainted with Midnight Dew? Why don't you take Arya and pay her a visit? I will try my hand at a different route. It's a long shot, but Rowena is known to stock a truly eclectic range of wares. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-da. It's you. Something you need? A heretic's memoirs for the young lady here? Bit of an odd request, but who am I to judge? Oh, so you're working with Azun Shirin Tia then? Thought you wanted it for some sort of tasteless personal collection. Let me think now. Guardian Heretic, Ritualistic Killings. Oh, hells, it couldn't be. One of my fellow salvages was just telling tales of a treasure he spied in the Great Gubal Library, a rare book called Nightkin. Claims he glimpsed the title as he was running for his life through Rhapsody's Quadrangle. 'Tis a sought-after tome for collectors of the macabre. Said to be written by an Ishgardian murderer who believes himself some manner of demon, half a dyer, half a grimoire, and chock full of bloody lunacy. Well, it certainly fits the description. We should hurry back to Rowena's and share the news with Zarin. Thank you for your help, Midnight. Yes, Nightkin, that was the title. Written by a killer who thought himself born of fiends. Such a belief would certainly brand him a crazed heretic Ishgard, but I suspect the truth is he was much like Lambert, a mage who delved too deeply into forbidden arts. And you say the book was seen in the Great Gubal Library? I've not entered that place since the Charlians departed this land. What have you, Shint? Like the back of your hand, eh? Well, then I vote for you to be our guide. I hadn't known the library's gardens had turned hostile. I'm sorry, Arya, but you'll have to remain behind. I've since putting you in a situation where you might be forced to fling spells. Oh, I would have liked to have seen those fabled shelves, but you're right, of course. Next time, there'll be plenty of time later. Come, Shint, let us hurry through the hinterlands ere some intrepid scavenger makes away with our prize. Alright, let's not dawdle once we're inside. We make straight for Rhapsody's quadrangle and leave as soon as we've acquired the tome. From what I remember, the book Lambert would read was a fair thickness and bound in leather covers. Hopefully it will not be too difficult to find. Oh, so it's a synced battle. We're not actually doing the dungeon. Alright. Oh. This is more lair than library now. Lead the way, my friend. Let's begin the search. In the year 960 of the 6th Astral Era, murder did occur wherein a member of the clergy was struck down by a knight of common birth. The knight, whose name was Prodigal wet his blade in the priest's blood after witnessing the unspeakable abuse of an orphan waif under the pretense of an exorcism. May his conviction in the face of a corrupt faith be praised. Sketches of Divinity. Pages contain incredible detailed pictures of female deities in various stages of undress. No male divinities appear to be included in this collection. Blasphemous. The Arcane Killer. During the Thorn Dynasty, a series of unsolvable killings shook the very foundation of Ul'dah. The murder was so named for the practice of leaving a card from the deck of Arcana by the bloody bodies of the slain. Officials publicly suggested that the murderers selected targets based upon divination, as several key figures of a faction that opposed the royal house were prominent among the victims. However, it was whispered that the seemingly random slaughter was merely a cover for political assassinations. An Angel in Darkness. The ink has faded to the point of illegibility. Not this one either. Try another. You needn't read every page, my friend. Diary of a Goldsmith. Today I visited the Twelveswood. Lady Amandine of the Dartencours, a regular patron of mine, bid me call upon her household. I set off with confidence, my latest masterpiece in hand, but it was within the walls of Hawk Manor that I beheld the true pinnacle of perfection. Oh. Bah, we roused a guardian. Let us dispatch this nuisance. More than halfway there. Nice, nice. I hope to die in a pile of... Oh no! I did not notice. Gosh darn it. Oh god. We have to do the whole thing again? Oh, we have to do the whole thing again. Wonderful. Yes! Alright! Book's behemoth has fallen, and appears a prize was hidden within its bellies. I am the descendant of demons, a scion of tainted blood. It is for my brethren born into darkness, for the Nightkin that I pen these words. The holy men will insist my teachings are madness, the ravings of a deranged killer, but you shall learn that all I scribe henceforth is eldritch truth, and their faith the twisted lie. Yes, we found it. There can be no mistake. In tearing this place, I breathe my fill of moldy parchment. Wonderful. Alrighty. You did well in there, Shent. I've never known acquiring a book from a library to be such a strenuous endeavor. May I see the tome? Yea. The Memoirs of a Twisted Killer, filled with musings on the nature of void-sent tainted mortals and instruments for the macabre rituals. Yes, the author does certainly seem convinced of his demonic heritage. I can see how the clergy of the time would have passed these writings off as heretics' delusions, but the spellcraft contained with is aught but incoherent ramblings. Within his memoirs, this mage has provided specific instructions on the workings of forbidden sorcery. Little wonder that Lambert spends so much of his time studying the tome's secrets. But there is more. Much more. Let's return to Idleshire. Arya needs to hear this. Wait, whoa. Welcome back! Sharoon's had his head buried in that book since he returned. After finishing slogging through the last pages of the Nightkin, there were truths I discovered which made it difficult to continue, but amongst a mounting sense of horror, I found hope. Okay. Thus I bid you listen until the end of my tale. I shall begin with the author himself. And so this man who wrote the Nightkin was not merely some disturbed killer, but a mage who had mastered the arts of the ancients. Exactly so. A century ago in Ishgard, this monster in mortal guise devoured all manner of forgotten texts, teaching himself everything from red magic to Makai summoning rituals. Okay. The secret to his seemingly inexhaustible power lies in his bloodline. He was directly descended from a Makai archmagus who had ingested the lifeblood of void-sent Queen Lilith. In fact, it was with this very archmagus that the vile practice of infusing oneself with void-sent blood first began. I believe I told you how the red mages later outlawed these rituals, but the damage had already been done. Lilith's insidious energies have been passed on to the Archmagus' heirs. This clan of aether-drinking spellcasters became known as those who were born into darkness. The Nightkin. The revelation which truly shook me, however, was yet to come. I discovered that Lambert was a scion of the Nightkin clan. Quite likely, so are you, Arya. Ba-da-da. The book's author was of the Callowise family, a surname shared by Lambert. With no small amount of trepidation, I determined to look once more into your family records, and learned that the Calloway name was also prevalent on your mother's side. This could be no coincidence. Are you saying that void-sent blood runs in my veins? It explains your preternaturally strong affinity for black magics. When I remember that Lambert was of a similar arcane disposition, the connection is even more obvious. He had no need to ingest fiendish blood. He simply awoke the corruption which had always lurked within him. The ritual for doing so were clearly described in the pages of the Nightkin. Were these rituals performed upon me too? Again, it is doubtful considering their complex requirements. My theory is that your latent talents were stirred into wakefulness quite by accident, though your induction into the ranks of the Red are through. I wonder, however, why the same awakening that took years for Lambert occurred so swiftly for you. An innate affinity, mayhap? Whatever the case, that this unstable condition was triggered by your desire to control certainly explains Lambert's parting barb about the injustice of your fate. But all is not lost. There is a way to undo the curse of your lineage. The first Calloways drew Lilith into our physical world by providing a mortal host for her soul to possess. He stood unflinching before the fiendish queen he had summoned, and forged with her a bargain of blood and darkness. Once the Archmagus had partaken of her essence, however, he entrapped her inside a heavily glyphed box. Her material form thus captured, Lilith was unable to return to her shadowy realm. It was written that her imprisonment on this plane of existence was a necessary act, lest the potency of her blood begins to wane. Do you understand what this means, Arya? I think so. The corruption inside me will last only as long as the Void-Sent Queen remains in our world. Oh, I see. We need to find that box and banish Lilith back to the Void. Exactly right. Defeat the Void-Sent and the curse upon your blood is lifted. Of course, a creature of Lilith's stature would ordinarily present a near insurmountable challenge. We are fortunate, then, that the summoner bound her essence to a feeble vessel to prevent her from manifesting her full power. Even we few should stand a chance against this Lissa incarnation. Now it appears the author succeeded in tracking down Lilith's prison, and through the book makes no mention of the event, it is entirely possible that the box passed into his possession. Our surest bet will be to follow in his footsteps. Rest and prepare, my friends. We have an exciting adventure ahead of us. Child of Lilith. It's all a bit overwhelming, but at least there's hope for a cure. We just need to find Lilith's prison. Sheeran has a new development to share with you. Shent, your fellow student has had the most astonishing dream. Shent, your fellow student has had the most astonishing dream. Why don't you tell him about it, Arya? It was so disturbingly vivid. I dreamed of the man who wrote the Nightkin. In a corner of the house in which he hid away from the world, he kept a coffin-like box. Black as night it was, its sides marked with jagged lines of purple. As he watched over it, unblinking, an inquisitor broke through the door with a company of knights. Half the soldiers were ordered to haul the man away to the tribunal, while the other half seized the coffin. This coffin you describe is the very image of the Mackay tool of containment. 'Tis as if you saw a vision of past events. It was probably just a nightmare brought on by the tales of those memoirs. Well, as things stand, your dream is the best lead the memoirs have given us. Let us pay a visit to the tribunal in Ishgard. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, I say. you an acquaintance of these outsiders? Oh, you're here. Shirun seems to be having trouble negotiating with the official. Shen, thank the gods. This officious bureaucrat refuses to allow me access to their records. Mayhap he will listen to you. Shen, did you say? What a strange coincidence that you bear the same name as... it is you in the flesh! My apologies for not recognizing you sooner. Whatever the hero of Ishgard requires, we shall not hesitate to provide. This was in regards to the heretic killer who left those awful memoirs, yes? Your request shall be given the highest priority. Pay understand, however, that records of objects seized in the previous century are not immediately at hand. It may take some time to scour our archives. Just like that, eh? A moment ago you were ready to cast me out into the snow! Mayhap you should take Arya on a tour of the city. I'll stay here with our new friend and help guide his search. I suppose we would just be in the way here. Can we go to the last vigil? I hear the view is spectacular. Wow, what? Did I accidentally use an elixir? I did not mean to do that. I only had so many of those. Gosh darn it. I guess it doesn't matter. I don't get a whole lot of health back for that. Or MP for that matter. This is amazing. I was told you could look over the entire city from up here, and I couldn't wait to see it for myself. Fond of such sights, are you? Yay, the music. If it wasn't before, then I've certainly become so. I want to burn this first sight of Ishgard into my mind, to fill the empty spaces in my memory with wonderful vistas. When you first rescued me, I knew not who I was or where I belonged. As I've said before, I scarcely felt that I existed. But the well of my memories is no longer empty. Though it has been but a small fraction of my life, my journey with you has shaped me into what I am now. You can understand why I'm so eager to return to our training. Red magic has given me the power to fight against a fate that would have left me hollow. Shent, Arya, we've learned the resting place of Lilith's prison. And incredible as it may seem, the coffin from your dream matched the description of the heretic's box, purple lines and all. The Inquisitors were apparently so unnerved by its fell energies that they cast the thing into a ravine. The place in question is known by the delightful name of Witch Drop, and is to be found in the Corthus Central Highlands, swarming with void scent, or so I'm told. Shall we? Da na 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 na. Wahaha, I can fly! Oh. Oh. Okay, never mind. Do you feel that? As if the whole ravine is pulsing with evil. Chasm is crawling with fiends, just as described. Are they drawn by Lilith's dark essence, I wonder? Let us ascend to its depths and begin digging. Map the very power which attracts the void scent will help guide our efforts. Oh. You will be able to follow us down there, won't you, Arya? I seem to recall you had a crippling fear of ghosts and spirits. But what? No, I'm fine. There are no skeletons or specters here, so I'll be fine. Perfectly fine. So fine, you felt the need to remind me 3 times? Well, considering your current troubles with spell casting, you'd best stay close in any case. Right. Why don't I just go this way? Can I? Looks like I can. Oh, there's multiple things I need to look at. Okay. Oh, I found it! And also give me just a second. Sorry. Alrighty. I'm back. So the ominous coffin lies buried beneath the snow. Destroy it! Arya, destroy it! Oh. Looks similar to the one that we found on the frickin' Ark, doesn't it? Only one bearing my blood gift may break the seal. Slay this pretender. Hmm? So I need a... Oh. Thrall to pain. What about the sarcophagus? Though the souls of the righteous ascend to Halon's halls, their earthly forms are not afforded the same honor. But goodly men and women deserve proper burials, and so all who come down must go up. Who are you, and why are you down here? You found it already? You must tell Sharoon. Under a shallow mound of snow, you say? Extraordinary. Only one bearing my blood gift. Could this mysterious voice belong to Lilith herself? Let me try opening the coffin. The voice is telling the truth, and I'm the only one who can. Very well. Shent, lead us to your dig site. Right. Well, that's a demonic box if ever I saw one. I find myself understanding the decision to drop it into a ravine and never speak of it again. It just looks just as it did in my dream. I'm going to open the lid. I can feel the waves of malice even through the wards. This is no lowly imp. Proceed with caution, Arya. Lilith may be in a weakened state, but she is still a queen amongst her kind. Let's not be caught unprepared. Gods above! Time to fight. At last I am free from that miserable prison. 1,000 years of scheming cometh to fruition. Yield unto me thy vessel, child. Thou shalt be host to mine immortal glory. Host? You seek to possess Arya's body! A masterpiece of centuries. For generations have I guided the dreams of my blood-gifted, bringing them together and strengthening their line. When at last the Chosen One was born, I sent another to secure my precious vessel. He commanded his own puppets, never knowing he was mine. Lambert! Heed me, child, my darling creation. I am the reason for thine existence, for the entanglement of thy sires, for thy deliverance unto solitude. Do not listen, Arya. Her words are poison. Come. Deny not thy destiny. Thy life was molded by my hand. This was always meant to happen? My parents? My uncle? All of it? Sweet child. No! Arya, no! God damn it! Arya moved as if entranced. Those must have some hold over those who bear her blood. It was Arya's doing that led us here, into a trap. If we are to believe that hissing serpent, this meeting was 1,000 years in the making. But all is not lost. See how she did not immediately claim Arya's body for her own? From what I understand of such things, in order to possess a mortal host, Lilith must conduct a ritual of exacting preparations. There is time yet to deduce the location to which she fled. Let us return to the pillars and consider the possibilities. Earth's words yet echo in my ear. Deny not thy destiny, thy life was molded by my hand. Ari became a red mage to gain control over her fate, and I'll be damned if we abandon her to this one. But first things first, we must expend every effort towards finding the place where the Void Scent has taken our colleague. The ritual preparations will not take forever. With heart and steel. Okay. I think that I'm going to go ahead and end it here a little bit early. I'm sorry. I have to get ready for work, but I also haven't yet eaten today, so I'd like to grab a quick bite to eat before I have to get ready. So, sorry. I'll try to stream more next week. That way I can make up for it a little bit. We're getting into more stuff with the Resistance and Alamigo, and now more with our class quest here. It's gonna be good. So I think... No! Go away! I don't need cheap viewers. I want nice viewers, not cheap ones. Go away. But yeah. So I'll go ahead and end it here. And next time, we'll pick it back up from the quest here with Heart and Steel. So, thank you, Vanilla, very much for chatting with me. I appreciate it. I don't know if you were able to stay the whole time, but honestly, thank you. And yeah, I think I'll just end it there. I won't read anyone this time. Not this time. I gotta go. So, until then, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, rest of your evening, whichever it may be, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.